Now, a fresh political storm is in the offing over the circumstances surrounding the final days of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga 6 months after his death. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua is now demanding a public inquest, claiming that the truth behind Odinga's death in India may have been obscured. At the same time, the DCP party leader is accusing the government of selective issuance of national IDs, raising the stakes in an already charged political climate. NTV's Ibrahim Karanja tells us more.
Sad to say I'm on my way, won't be back.
All right.
The October 15th, 2025 death of former Prime Minister Raila Odinga has resurfaced 6 months later. What began as persistent questions from a section of the ODM breakaway Linda Mwananchi faction, led prominently by Siaya Governor James Orengo, has now drawn in DCP party leader and former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who is calling for a public inquest into Odinga's death in Kerala, India.
The way he died, the circumstances around his death, I think it's only fair that there should be a public inquest to inquire ni nini iliua marehemu Raila Odinga so that Kenyans can be settled.
Gachagua's demands hinge on claims that NTV cannot independently verify.
Daktari wake anaitwa Oluya, professor, alikuwa amesema asisafiri, apumzike, asifanye kazi mingi, aangaliwe vile anakaa. William Ruto akachukua ndege akapeleka Raila India against the advice of his doctor.
The DCP leadership is also turning its focus to Odinga's inner circle, questioning decisions made in the immediate aftermath of his death.
Confidence of Raila, Juliet Mohamed, Gladys Wanga, Oburu Odinga, and Mama Aida Odinga. Inakuaje Raila, kiongozi wenyu, mtu mmekana yeye miaka na miaka, ameaga hapo kule India, mnatuma Murkomen na Cherargei wenda lete mwili. Na kabla mwili wa Raila ufike Kenya, mmeshatangaza mtu wa kureplace Raila, hata kabla muone the corpse of Raila Odinga.
Further, Gachagua has cast doubt on the speed of Odinga's burial just 72 hours after his passing, suggesting it may have preempted a deeper probe into the circumstances surrounding his death. He now alleges that Odinga's demise created a political vacuum that President William Ruto exploited to weaken and ultimately dismantle ODM, an intention he claims predated Odinga's death. Gachagua spoke at the DCP headquarters in Nairobi during the unveiling of the party's Kiambu gubernatorial aspirant. It is here that he also raised concerns over what he terms as selective issuance of national identity cards, alleging that regions perceived to oppose President Ruto are facing delays while pro-government areas are being fast-tracked.
If this discrimination does not stop, we shall request our young people, the Gen Zs, to occupy the registration centers, the Huduma centers, and your offices in Nairobi.
As Rigathi Gachagua intensifies his political onslaught against President William Ruto and all his political allies, attention is now shifting to the opposition, with anticipation growing on whether they will act on their threat to mobilize street protests. Protests driven not only by the soaring cost of fuel, but also on claims of selective issuance of national identification documents and voters' registration cards. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV from the DCP headquarters in Nairobi.